Just as philosophy has branches, ethics also has branches. And for our purposes, there are three of them. Number one, there is metaethics. Number two, there's normative ethics. And number three, there's applied ethics. So, what is metaethics? Metaethics is where we step back and ask big questions about the study of ethics. For example, when we talk about the good life, what does the word good mean in the phrase the good life? There are different understandings of what good means. That's doing metaethics. What about the origin of ethics? That is, where do we get right and wrong from? Okay, there are different answers to the origin of ethics. So some people will say that the origin of ethics resides in God and God's will. Okay, right and wrong is rooted in God. Others are going to say it's rooted in human nature. Others are going to say it's rooted in reason and logic. Others will say it's rooted in society. Okay, so the question of origins, where do we get right and wrong from? That's a meta-ethical question. So when we talk about normative ethics, this is where we try to find a big rule or a fundamental principle that we then apply to various situations in the real world. So the golden rule, for example, would be something we would get from normative ethics, right? Do unto others as you would want others to do unto you. Well, we would take that general rule or that fundamental principle and we would apply it to certain situations in the real world. Okay, another big general rule or fundamental principle is the rule that we should do those things that are going to bring about the greatest happiness or the greatest good for the greatest number of people. Okay, that's known as the utilitarian ethic, okay, or the greatest good principle. So whether it's the golden rule or the greatest good principle, these are all big rules that we get from normative ethics that we then take into the third branch of ethics, and that is applied ethics. So we have real problems to solve in life, like say, for example, the death penalty. Well, we would take the rules from normative ethics and we would apply them to, for example, the death penalty, and we'll get different answers because these rules will lead to different answers as to the morality of the death penalty. Okay? So look at the rules in normative ethics as keys that are going to unlock certain ethical questions in applied ethics. Okay, we take the rules from normative ethics and we apply them to real life situations in the hopes of getting a real answer as to the morality of issue A, B, C, D, E, and so on down the line. So meta-ethics, normative ethics, and applied ethics, those are our three branches of ethics we'll be taking a very close look at in our class.